Breaking news. 2 attacks on the White House and Barack Obama is injured. This was a tweet sent out by the Associated Press, and it sent shockwaves throughout the nation. But little did we know, this tweet was fake. According to the Washington Post, April 2013, the Associated Press's Twitter feed was hacked. But in the time that we didn't know that this tweet was fake, the Dow nosedived and the stock market lost $136 billion in shared equity value. This prompts us to the question, can users really trust Twitter? My answer is no. Today, we will discuss, firstly, how users should be wary of what they see on Twitter. Secondly, we will look at some of the causes that have rocked Twitter's credibility. And last, we will look at some steps that we can take to protect us from the disinformation we see and from also being hacked ourselves. Today, the Twitter disinformation is at an all-time high, and users need to be wary of what they are seeing. Twitter has truly become the town square, where trusted outlets share their opinions, data, and facts. But we need to be wary of what we see is true. Twitter is now easily becoming manipulated to become a propaganda machine. According to the CBCNews.com Access July 2020, Twitter has removed 170,000 China-linked accounts that are spreading disinformation. Twitter is also becoming a cybersecurity liability. According to YahooFinance.com, published July 2020, Twitter recently experienced a massive hack that targeted prominent billionaires, politicians, and high-profile users. Now that we know that Twitter is prone and susceptible to disinformation and cyber attacks, let's look at some of the causes of why Twitter has lost its credibility. Twitter has recently been compromised and is losing its credibility with its users. The recent Bitcoin scam that targeted prominent figures such as Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Elon Musk, is proof of that credibility is being lost. According to the FreePressJournal.com, Access July 2020, the hack took complete control of Twitter itself. It wasn't just specific users and their logins, it was actually the whole system itself. The hack demonstrates that Twitter has weak security control. According to the Bloomberg.com article, Access July 2020, hackers were able to actually target the employees of Twitter, and through the employees, they gained access to internal systems and tools. Now that we have discussed some of these causes of Twitter's credibility and its downfall in that area, next, let's look at how we can make some small changes to shield ourselves from the disinformation and the Twitter fallbacks in its security. We can protect ourselves from being hacked and by taking small steps to better our Twitter security. According to an Al Jazeera publication, Access July 2020, users need to do a few simple things. First, we should create strong passwords. We should also avoid phishing scams. It is believed that the Twitter employees were part of a phishing scam that let the hackers access the internal systems. And also, we should use a 2-factor authentication system when we log into our profiles. This usually includes some sort of text message or email message that authenticates our login. According to a financialpost.com article accessed July 2020, Congress is now looking at Twitter and is wondering and asking questions. They're also pressuring its CEO, Jack Dorsey, and asking for complete transparency into its Bitcoin scam hack. Congress is calling for cybersecurity legislation. Today, we have looked at why Twitter users should be wary of the disinformation they see. We also looked at the causes of its credibility downfall and some of the major hacks they've experienced as of recent. And finally, we also saw how the small steps we can take to protect ourselves from being hacked ourselves. Do you remember? Imagine President Trump tweeting out, "We are going to war with China. I see no resolution." That tweet would send shockwaves to the nation. Just like that tweet did in 2013, 2 attacks on the White House, Barack Obama injured. But how long would we know that these tweets were fake? In 2013, just a matter of hours, the stock market dived. What would happen with that Trump tweet if he declared war? Would there be retaliation from other nations? Certainly there'd be financial panic, economic panic. This prompts us to the question again, can we really trust Twitter? I believe we should not. The ability for hackers to manipulate financial markets and what we see through the platform proves that it's just too much of a liability for the general public. Until Twitter can get a hold of its security on its platform, I believe we cannot truly trust Twitter.